Hello, my name is Going Hao. I am representing my pair to explain the workings of our codes. So the task for this lab 4 is basically we have this given input data sheet, which is just a CSV, which is a common separated values. So we need to use a C program to read this file and extract the data, and then we need to co- uh, fill up the NP spaces with X up to about H, which is in total nine characters per row. So from this, we expected to have this output, which is X. For this case, this is X. We can try with all. I explain that later. But now I will just brief through the code. So this is a padding function, which is responsible to fill up the empty empty arrays with the padding character that we choose later on. So the next one, the function save to file function, is this 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 is just printing out the output into a file. While this one, the the top, just before you need this just in case we have problem with opening the file. We need the error prompt when we're doing it. This is a common practice in case that we use the wrong directory. We can quickly find out what's the problem when the, the code does not run properly. Maybe the file is missing on the or is in the wrong directory. So this is just printing out output in an array. So I start from the main function. So we need to declare the array with max or max column. We try with 200. Later, I explain why we need 200 or not smaller. Now we have an input. The input is 50 characters. The padding chart is we just declare it as a character. Now we need to read the input from the file. We need to declare first file pointer file equals to f open. We set it to read. Then it's the same, which is and then the next is the same as the file. If equal no, then error opening the file. This is just checking whether or not the file is there or not. Next, we indicate the row of columns starting at 0. Now, this is the important part. This this section from here to line 53 to about 69 is to read the input file and extract the data out of it. So before we use fgets input size of file. Input is a uh, just a variable including in the size of, and then it's the byte of the input, and from where this is from the file. Now the character new line, this section from 50 line 50 to 56 is just because when we use the uh, string token delimiter right here, it will delimit that, which means it remove the comma from like here, but it will start a new line. So we need to override it. We override the new line as 0, so the new line is removed. So we don't end up with we don't we don't end up if many rows. I'll give you an example. It will end up like something like this, which where it start a new line after the x and before the x, the padding line. Now we need to tokenize this technique here. is to separate the data from to into the buffer, because we need to read the data from the CSV. So we need to use this technique to separate it. For this is just this whole section is just for reading and uh, sorting, reading the data and put it in a buffer. Then we close the file because we won't be using it. Then we prompt the user for padding character. So for this case, we use X. So scanf X, we then uh, append it to the padding chart. Then we perform the padding. This is a function from before. This is filling up the empty spaces with the selected characters. Because before this, we have a 2D array with the input A B C D E and so forth, but we have empty spaces, so we need to fill it up with this, and we follow the parameters that we set. In this case, it will turn out to be 11 rows and about eight columns. Okay, then we print out the arrays. Notice that we need to put a space before this to align it properly, because when it delimits, it will indent a bit, so it will misalign. So we do this from try and error. So after this 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 part is just for prompt, uh, showing output in the terminal, so we can check it out, and also we can save to file. This is a function to save it to the file that we write the file. It's almost to the same with this, just a bit different with opening the file and using fprintf, which is writing into the file. So I can demo now. I start to run the code. Notice that we have this input. Also, we can try with x. Therefore, we have simulated the result, which is this one. Also, we can see here. This is output data xxx. We can do it again, but we try a different padding character. Try with O. And also the empty spaces is filled with the padding characters. We can try one more. So it will just fill up the empty spaces with any character that we choose. So this is this is our code. Later I will submit. Thank you.